vinegar water with regular water.
Awesome. And why did you use vinegar water?
Because vinegar water kills germs on the chicken. In general.
Great job. If there was anything you could change about this bird, what would you change?
Still how dirty it is.
It's hard when they're white, huh?
Yes.
What's your favorite part of this bird?
My favorite part of this bird is how kind these breeds are.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
That's okay. So yes, so you're good. You're good to go. You're not bad and you're not good. Go ask her if she's seen us. She's right there.
Okay, can you walk your turkey out here to me? Awesome. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for this show?
We fed them 30% protein feed, and we clean them off with water and soap, and then we strengthen their. We clean them with a toothbrush, and then with their legs with a toothbrush, and then disinfected their feathers.
Awesome. And this looks like a really good bird. Are you happy with how he turned out?
Yes, very.
Awesome. Is there anything you would change about it?
If he fanned out a little bit less, it'd be nice, because sometimes his feathers fall off a bit.
Yeah.
Because he steps on them.
Yeah. And what's your favorite part of this bird?
I think it's the way how his face colors kind of change. Like when he's happy, he's blue and red, and when he's nervous, he's red and orange.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead and go back and pose him. Awesome, thank you. Go ahead and walk your bird out to here. Great job. Okay. What did you do to prepare your bird for the show?
You put some oil to make the head shine out, make the skin look better and more shiny, and I worked with her, locking and holding her in place, and just getting her used to being tame.
Awesome. What's your favorite part of this bird?
I really like their snoots because they're just so funny.
Yep, they are pretty funny, huh? And then if there's anything you could change about this bird, what would you change?
That she would be a little bit bigger. Like have a little bit more weight.
Gotcha. Okay, awesome. Thank you. You can go ahead and walk her back and pose her. Okay, can you walk your turkey out to here? Good job, that's perfect. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for this show?
So what I did was I took him out and I put some olive oil on his carbuncles, this part to make it look nice, and the snoot. And then we cleaned his feathers. We cleaned his tail feathers. We also cleaned his feet. And that's what we did.
Awesome. If there was anything you could change about your bird, what would you change?
I would probably change
tail feathers?
Yeah. They're not the best looking.
Okay. And what's your favorite part of this bird?
My favorite part? Probably his personality. He's really sweet.
Awesome. Okay, you go ahead and walk him back and pose him. Today, oh, sorry. I'm short one.
Yes.
Okay, just double checking because I don't want to mess anything up.
Find the kids too.
Okay, thank you. Okay, for our fifth place, we have this young lady with her turkey over here. You did an excellent, here, I'll shake your hand. You did your bird. Could work on like eye contact and your confidence, but you have a lot of time to build that up too. So great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then for our fourth place, we have this young lady with the broiler. Good call. Great job. Don't be so nervous, okay? That's the only thing that's hurting you. You have all the knowledge, so just puff out your chest and share it, okay? Good job. Okay, third place, Asher Johnston. Wait, second turkey. Yeah?
Terry would know better. Asher.
Asher's the little one down next to the
far,
girl like that.
okay, the far turkey. And then for third place, we have this young man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Awesome. Awesome.
Kind of pet them and he
If
likes it.
if you had to think about it from a carcass standpoint, what would be your favorite part?
Oh, like food. Probably the dark meat on the legs.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the dark meat on the chicken.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you want to pick him up and carry him over. Okay, can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for this show?
Today I oiled its legs. I wiped it down with baby wipes, and like preparing feeding them, I fed them 22% protein feed to get them muscular, and I fed them high protein feed so they wouldn't get too big and die right away. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. What is your favorite part of this bird?
My favorite part about the bird is probably the, it has very good breasts on it, and yeah.
Awesome. If there's anything you could change about it, what would you change?
Probably how high energy it is. Or I don't like how little feathers it has back here, and it's kind of losing feathers on its wing, and I don't know why that is, but that's probably something I would change about it, get it a little bit more feathers.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. You can go ahead and pose your bird. Can you carry your bird over for me? How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Doing good. And what's your name?
Oliver.
You're Oliver. Okay. So my list is mostly straight. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
Washed her.
You washed it. Do you want to elaborate?
I kept her clean. We just prepared.
Okay, awesome.
Got questions ready.
Good. Can you tell me what your favorite part of this bird is?
I like her overall rounded body.
Good. And then, what's your least favorite part, if you could change something?
Bigger drums.
Yeah. Good call, because that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
How's it going? Good. Can you walk your turkey out here to me? Thank you. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
So first I gave her a bath and some dish soap and water, and then I rinsed her off. And then put her in a cage and some supplies.
Okay, awesome. And what's your favorite part of this bird?
I like that she's calm and she has
And if there was anything you could change about the bird, what would you change?
I think for her to be willing when she walks.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really like to walk.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, can you bring your chicken over for another question? Okay. Gotta pick a good one. Can you tell me about some of the disease concerns that you would have raising poultry?
Do you mean like if this specific bird ever had an issue with disease?
Yeah, and also like what diseases would you?
At one time, my meat bird did have the slightest concerns of coccidiosis, so we treated with, I believe, amprolium, a medicated feed, and he healed up.
Awesome. Great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead and bring your bird over here. Okay, can you tell me about some of the disease concerns that you would have raising this bird?
Well, it's not really disease, but things about this bird is if you feed them too much over a certain amount of time, since they're a meat bird, they're actually the top meat bird. It's big reds and Cornish cross. Since they're a meat bird, if you feed them, like, if you keep them too long, they'll die and, well, they'll get heart problems, and sometimes they'll break their legs. And there's one disease I'm thinking of, but I can't pronounce it.
Just give it your best shot.
Well, I know sometimes mites. I'm sorry, I can't.
That's okay. Thank you.
All right, is that out?
Yes, that is. Thank you. Go ahead and bring your bird over here. Okay, Oliver, I have one more question. Can you tell me about some of the disease concerns that you have when raising these birds?
They could get coccidiosis. They could see coccidiosis, the scaly mites and lice. There's that.
Yeah, parasites count.
Okay. I don't know anymore.
That's okay. You did good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, walk your turkey out just one more time for me, please. Can you tell me about some of the disease concerns that you would have raising these birds?
Well, I'm most worried that they don't get coccidiosis. Also knows where to go. So it's disease, and I could also have so if she gets it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. open-ended questions too, so you can just throw in whatever you have and kind of show off that background. So based off of questions and your guys' knowledge and showmanship, I'm going to have both of you two young men come back for the final. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we're gonna have Rylan and Luke come back for finals for intermediate.
Great job.
Good job, everyone.
Just practice your
Go
questions,
ahead
and then you're
and
going to
hang
be
out,
picking them up. Okay?
Rylan and Luke, and then
Hey, awesome job.
everyone else will have
You're
you put your
super
bird back.
soft-spoken, so if you just speak up a little more, you have all the knowledge behind where you're going to be winning these classes, okay? Okay, awesome job.
You're in this room.
Get that head up. Yeah, right? You should be crouched down.
You should be led.
She always tries.
Where's your game face?
Okay. I didn't. She was totally just like, hey, it works. This is your class.
Okay, thank you. Can you all pose your birds to the left for me? Can you all show me a front pose? Okay. Okay, can you pick up your bird and bring it over here and I'll ask you a question? Can you tell me how you prepared your bird for this show?
Yeah, so first I washed my bird and then I put petroleum jelly on the comb and wattles. And then for me, I studied my health check and also some questions to have that knowledge for the show. And then also about the breed.
Okay, awesome. What's your favorite part about this bird?
My favorite part about this bird is that it grows so fast, so it doesn't cost as much money as raising like a roaster since it's a broiler. So it only grows for like 6 to 8 weeks and then you can butcher it, so it's a lot less on food costs.
Okay, awesome. If there's anything you could change about this bird, what would you change?
So it has on the beak, its beak kind of crosses over.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
he is.
a hatchery thing, but that is something that would not represent myself as well in quality. Having that overlapped beak, I just noticed it when I was weighing in, but I didn't have any other options, so I was like, it's fine, I'll point it out. But yeah, that's definitely something that I would switch. But that's just a hatchery, it's how the bird was born, it's just a defect.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it out to me. Okay, can you tell me how you prepared your bird for the show?
So I usually like to take a baby wipe and just wipe them down pretty much, just really gently going in the direction of their feathers. Try not to back brush them so they don't break, and just to clean off the majority of like the dirt and stuff. And then I'll usually take some kind of either like mineral oil or coconut oil, works just fine too. And I'll put it on a little Q-tip and I'll put it on all of their comb and wattles and anything on their face that's like red, just to make it more vibrant and shiny. his wore off because it was a little while ago I did that. And then I'll usually oil their legs too. I prefer olive oil for their legs, the extra virgin, just so it's like safer for the bird. I've just always used that on all my market birds, so it's just what I'm used to. I always oil their legs too to make them also not look as dull and just more shiny. And it's also, if they have leg mites, it will kill the leg mites as well. And then I just make sure they're really clean and as white as possible. And then that's about it.
Okay, and then are you happy with how your bird turned out?
So I would like him to have a little bit more feathering on him. He does have quite a few bald patches, which is normal for a Cornish cross or a market bird in general. But overall, I really like his size, so I am pretty happy with how he turned out.
Awesome. And then if there's anything, what's your favorite part overall?
So
you
he
kind of
has a
mentioned
really-
thighs.
Yeah, so his size is really good, and he has a really large breast, which is the most common cut of meat on them. So I really like that about him.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
you.
Okay, can you go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over to me? And can you tell me your name?
Madison.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. This list was backwards a little bit, so I'm glad I asked you. Can you tell me how you prepared your bird for the show?
Well, when I got here, I washed him, and then 2 days ago, I washed him again to prepare for the show. So he was pretty clean, and then that's pretty much what I did.
Are you happy with how your bird turned out?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about how he turned out.
If you had to change anything about him to make him better, what would you change?
I would probably change how he acts on the show table. Like, he likes to, like, go all over the place, kind of, and I'd change that he would like to stand, like, in the
And then what's your least favorite part about from a carcass standpoint?
Yeah, I know, I just wanted to give you an answer. I don't know anything about birds.
Well, as a consumer who buys meat at the grocery store, maybe play into that knowledge a little bit?
They're just, like, I mean, they're pretty big. I don't know.
You just hit the top requirement for a good meat bird, so good job. Thank you.
Okay, is that everything? Or?
Yes, you can go back and pose. Thank you. So that's nice. Sorry, excuse me on my clipboard. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Can you walk your turkey out here to me? Awesome. I love turkeys. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for this show?
The day before the show, I got a tub ready of water and white vinegar oil, and I put my turkey in the tub, and I nicely, gently just run my hand through the feathers, and then after that I got a tub of water and Dawn dish soap, and I put my turkey in there, and I cleaned the feathers and the poop and all of the gross stuff off of her feathers. And then after that I put her in a tub of water just to rinse it off. And after that, I put her in her clean pen so she didn't get re-dirtied. And then the day of the show, I made sure her pen was clean, and I wiped her down with baby wipes, and for her beak and water right here, I put baby oil on it and just cleaned the, again, all of the dirty stuff off of her to make her clean and presentable.
Okay, awesome. And what's your favorite part of how this bird turned out?
I love her personality. I've had turkeys in the past, so they've been sweet, but this is my first year in the turkey project, and everyone's complimented on how sweet she is, and so I do love how much I've worked with her and how calm she is.
Awesome. And then what's your least favorite part of this bird?
I kind of wish she was bigger, so she was just minimum of the weight to make weigh in, so I would like to grow a little bit more meat and muscle on her and just give her a little bit more definition.
Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name? Shelby. You're Shelby. Okay. Okay, can you go ahead and walk your turkey out to here? Awesome. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your turkey for the show?
So I bathed him in just a good sized bucket, just like a tote. I just used Dawn's dish soap, and I just like scrubbed his legs and stuff, like his scales, and then I just rinsed off his feathers and stuff, and then that was the bathing portion. I also cleaned his face, and then I put him up. I made sure his pen was clean and that he had fresh shavings in it before I put him back in, so he was clean and stuff, and then put him in the trailer and took him to the fair and stuff, and then once he was here,
Nope, that's okay.
once he was here, I made sure that he had fresh food and water and stuff, and then I used baby wipes to clean his face.
Okay, awesome.
Any questions?
Yeah, what's your favorite part about how this bird turned out?
I just really like his personality and stuff, and how he just randomly texts me. I also, I don't know, they're really cool creatures, and I like watching them.
Yeah. And then what's something you would change about this bird?
I would, I'm not sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can go back and pose him. Okay, round of applause for these kids. Again, all blue ribbons. There you go. And then I'll be taking 3 callbacks from this class. Yeah. Thank you. You come back. Thank you. You're welcome. And then here. Thank you. Great job. Okay, great job.
All right, very good. Okay, everyone that got a purple, go ahead and sit put. Everyone else, push your birds back. She's about to go to finish right now. We don't know. We just know she's going to. Okay. And then I need Luke and Rylan. Luke, do we need another? Is Rylan a turkey or? He's a broiler. Okay, so we'll just do one other piece of carpet. Scooch down. Here, let's get the cover. We're gonna have 2 more broilers. We could probably
probably just scooch together more.
Let me, when we add another carpet, so scoot down,
Okay, thank you. Can you perform a parasite check on your bird?
Yeah, so doing a parasite check, I always start at the face. You're looking like underneath the wattles for any louse or nits, like the eggs under there, and he is good. We're also going to check around the eyes and around the comb. Next, I go to the back. I'm checking underneath. It will look like salt and pepper, as well as on the tips of the feathers, checking for eggs. Looks good. Then we check under the wing. So we're also looking for the salt and pepper look. He still looks good. And then we check the vent. On the vent, we're also looking. They like the vent because it's so warm and moist, but he does not have any parasites.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on your bird?
Yeah. So first, I like to start on the face of my bird. You just want to check for any like thick scabs or crusting, which can be like mites on them. Mites and lice, just parasites in general, usually like to huddle in like the warm spots on your bird. So I also like to check the neck right here. Just check for any like little bugs. Sometimes you can actually see them. Other times it just looks like almost like crust or dandruff kind of. Then I like to check underneath the wing. This is the most common spot where you'll see mites. I'll check under the other wing as well. So his are all good, as you can see. Then I like to check the feet as well for any scaly leg mites or other types of parasites on their legs. Check the other one as well. And he doesn't have anything.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on your bird?
Yes, I can. So the way I was taught, you start from the head down. So I'll start up here. I was taught you check the ears, and because sometimes you can see they look like salt and pepper, so sometimes you can see them in there. Also taught check all around the feathers because it'll just look like dandruff. The wings will be right under here because they like warm areas. Just checking for something that looks like dandruff. And the same thing here. And you'll check the vent back here. Check the vent because they like warm areas. And one other place I was told, it's not for mites, but you check inside and make sure there's no eggs or anything. And you're also checking for eggs, but that's about it.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on your bird?
So you always want to check the spots that are the most moist and warm. So that's usually right here in the wattles, in the earlobes, right here in the neck, under the wings, and around the vents. You always want to peek under for the studies. Check for moving spots, and you can just blow lightly, and they'll move, and there's no parasites there, and you're going to want to check the neck. And there is no visible mites or lice there. And then the wings, where the armpit is, it's always the most moist there, right here. And the mice and lice will like to hang out there, and I don't see any there either, so that's good. And then one of the more warm spots are the uropygial gland, or the oil gland, or the preen gland. They're all the same thing, and I can't find it on him because he's kind of tricky. Oh, it's right there. Right there.
Okay.
And the mite and lice are hang around there because it has oil in the form. And then you're going to want to check the vent for any mite or lice. And like I said, blow lightly. And there's nothing there. So that's how you perform a health check. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on your turkey?
Of course. First, I start at the head and work my way down. So I like to check for like again warm and moist areas. So like around the eyes and the ears. We look under the head in the middle, and then she does not appear to have any. So I like to go to the base of the neck, just look and do a close examination on the feathers. And I'm looking for any blood spots or damage to feathers. You can look under the wing, and you can look for like black spots or eggs. And then you go and look at the vent, because they like that more moist area. This bird is to keep her clean. A way to prevent the mites is just keep your pen clean for any parasites. The pen clean, keep your bird clean.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Yes, but I'll have you walk your turkey out here for this one. Okay, can you tell me why you think that there is less of a poultry industry here as there is in the Midwestern and Eastern United States?
I think it's probably because up here we're more of a, I think, predominantly larger livestock. I think down there it's warmer, and I think almost easier to keep birds like up here in the winter. Down there they have longer sun time, and for egg production, chickens can lay, or poultry, just chickens, for weigh up to 365, potentially one per day. But during the winter you have to have light on for at least 16 hours for them to continue to lay. But up here, since we have a larger winter, our light source gets darker throughout the year. So that's my thoughts.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And then can you pick up your bird and bring him over here? Okay, can you tell me why you think there is less of a poultry industry in the Pacific Northwest as there is in other parts of the United States?
Can you please repeat the question? I don't quite understand.
Yeah, so obviously we raise chickens out here, but there's not like any factory farms or egg factories, broiler factories, things like that in the West, right? Like you're not really going to find a chicken farm in Idaho. A big one. Can you tell me why you think that is?
I think Idaho has a lot of other people creating different resources like logging, clean water, potatoes, of course. And it's the gem state, so like some mining and producing of like wheat, grass, carrots, like farms. And I don't think there's factories because I wonder if Idaho, like a lot of people at Idaho like to stay a little more organic.
Okay, thank you. Good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can take it back. Okay, can you tell me why you think there is less of a poultry industry in Idaho and the other western states as there is in other parts of the U.S.?
I don't know why, but why I would think is because it's colder up here than it is anywhere else, and I've had plenty of chickens die on just like 50-degree days where it's not that cold, so they're not that hardy in like hot or cold weather. That might be one of the reasons. I can't think of any other reasons besides like food might not be as demanded, like chickens might not be as desired up here than in other states. And that's all I can think of. I don't know about eggs because I feel like eggs it would be popular up here, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good thoughts. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
still going through it in my head.
That's okay.
Okay.
You wanna give it to you?
Yes. Okay, round of applause for all of these kids. I don't know if you can see the steam coming out of my ears, but it is ridiculously hard to try and separate a class like this. So you guys are making my job really hard, which is really good. So great job. Okay, so for 5th place, I'm going to give that to you, young lady.
Yep.
There you go. Excellent work. Oh, was there a ribbon with the other one?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, and then for 4th place, I'm going to go to this young man. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Yeah. You might have to hold that. And then for 3rd place, we're going to have this young lady. Good job. Actually, here. I'll just put that one on the ground too. Okay, and then for reserve champion, this young lady right here. Great job. And then for our grand champion intermediate, we have this young man. Oh. Excellent job. Yeah, thank you. Oh, there goes my phone.
All right, very good. Good job, everyone. Thank you. All right, once we get everything cleaned up, then we'll start with our first class of seniors.
Hi. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Can you explain poultry nutrition to me?
I just want to complete the project. Feed it.
Feed
feed it, you water it. You want to make sure they have a good amount of protein in their diet based on what kind of animal you're feeding it. You want to have clean water, preferably with minimal extra additives from the water source you're getting it from. What is that? Project.
This is the fun part though, because then you can show you learned stuff.
This is the worst part.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead and pick up your bird and carry it over here. Hello. Can you tell me about the nutrition of a bird?
So the nutrition of my bird, so basically what we feed it 18% protein grower feed. We've been feeding it up to the fair, and now at the fair at least we've switched to the normal layer feed because that's all we brought us, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hi. Can you walk your turkey out here, please? Perfect.
Is it okay if I hold her if she
Yep,
doesn't?
that's okay. Can you tell me about the nutrition of your bird?
So we started feeding her a 30% protein, or started feeding him a 30% protein at the start, and then we were weighing him, and it turned out he was, like, by the charts we were doing, he was going to be overweight for the fair, so we started moving him to more of a grower chicken feed, which was more like 18 or 19%.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hello. Can you walk your bird out to here, please? Can you tell me about the nutrition of your bird?
Yes, so we give her about 30% protein. It's called fingers, and he's on the meat bird right now.
Okay. Awesome. And are you happy with how your bird completed the project?
I am extremely happy with how he turned out this year.
Awesome. Can you tell me about what your favorite feature is on this bird?
I love like how his confirmation is, like color is white. Personally.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, can you bring him back out? All right, can you tell me what your favorite feature of this bird is?
Probably its feathers. I love how the feathers turned out all white and just looked very clean compared to the ones I had previous years. Didn't look this good, so that's my favorite part.
Okay, thank you. Can you bring your bird back over? Awesome. Can you tell me what your favorite feature of this bird is?
So my favorite feature of this bird is actually his weight. He's one of the heaviest birds we had. He's 7.4 pounds, so pretty heavy.
Awesome. And then is there anything you would want to change about him?
So at least on him, on both of his wings actually, I don't know if you can see this back one, but there you go. His secondary feathers are above his primary feathers, which is not ideal on a chicken, on chickens. So.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, can you bring him back out to me? Hi. Can you tell me about what your favorite feature of this bird is?
My personal favorite feature of this bird is that, like, throughout, as it's grown, it's stayed consistent in its growth. It hasn't gotten like a whole bunch of weight at one point. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of less weight. It's very evenly muscled for a fat ratio, so that means it's going to be like a more preferred bird to eat. So that way, it's going to be less like it's too stringy because of the muscle, or too fatty because of too much fat.
Okay, perfect. And is there anything you would change about your bird?
No.
No? You're completely happy with how he turned out?
Pretty happy. I wish I had more feathers on his chest, but that's just how they end up being.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
Can you all show me a rear pose? A rear pose. Okay, awesome. And then can you show me a right pose? Okay.
You want 2 or 3 purples? You can bring 3 back in the next one too if you want to. Yeah, you don't have to just.
Yeah, I think I better just take 2. Okay, round of oh my gosh, round of applause for these seniors. They are all extremely knowledgeable, really good at bird handling. Again, just a super hard position for me to be in as the judge, but they will all be receiving blues. There you go. And then for the 2 callbacks from this class, I'm going to bring back the 2 young men.
Thank you.
Good job. Awesome job. Yeah, you did excellent. I just wish you would be a little more confident and speak up a little bit and just like share all that knowledge that you've gotten from the project, okay? Excellent job. And I think you guys can go. Great job.
you.
Yeah. Okay, next year actually want to do it because I would have called you back. So.
I've got other animals to do.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Hi. Can you all show me a front pose? Okay, and then can you all show me a left side pose? Okay. Awesome. And then can you pick up your bird and carry it over here? Hello. Can you tell me about biosecurity cautions that you take when raising birds?
Yes, so biosecurity is really important for your flock for keeping disease both out and in. Keeping disease out means to be careful when you're going over to other people's flocks. You want to make sure that you wash your hands, change your footwear and outerwear before you go back to your own flock. When you're getting new birds, you want to quarantine them for 3 weeks because you want to make sure that no sick birds are coming into your flock. Another thing that you do is keeping disease in. Keeping disease in means that you don't go to other flocks without first changing your footwear and outerwear. Also additionally, changing it when you get back, like I said. Biosecurity also means keeping your coop clean, dusting for mites if necessary, or spraying, and making sure that your birds are healthy, and keeping predators that and rodents that could be carrying rabies out of your chicken coop.
Okay, thank you. You can go back and pose your bird.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it to me? Hi. Hi. Can you tell me about the biosecurity concerns that you have when raising these birds?
So my biggest security concern, it would be just keep making sure that my flock is healthy. Like if I bring like one bird into my flock and it's like not healthy, it could mess up my whole flock. I might have to put my flock down. My flock might have to be destroyed by destroyed by animal controllers, depending on what I have. Like if I have an avian flu and it tests positive, my whole flock has to be destroyed, and then my neighbor's flock has to be destroyed. So biosecurity I take very seriously in my flock. So what I use for my biosecurity, I usually use either plastic or metal for my coops, so I don't have to worry about wood because some diseases, even mites, can get into like wood coops and then stay in the wood for over time and then infect chickens that I put in my thing. With metal and plastic, I can wipe it down really easily, and it's not as porous as stuff. So there's a lot less places for like mites or viruses.
Okay, and then what's your name?
Cody.
Cody, okay. Thank you. Hi. Can you walk your bird out to here? Awesome. Can you...
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Can you tell me about biosecurity concerns when you're raising these birds?
So when I have like other chickens or turkeys in the barn, I would like to separate them. And then I would also, so like if I'm going from pen to pen, I would separate them. And then if I'm gonna feed them, I feed them in different pens as well. And then if I'm gonna like walk and like clean them, I would change gloves if I'm have gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that they do not get contaminated with mites and lice.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and walk your bird out to here. Okay, can you tell me about biosecurity concerns that you have when raising these birds?
Yeah, so when you're raising these birds, you want to quarantine them for 3 weeks before introducing them to the rest of your flock. You always want to keep clean, sanitary. Your hands, you want to wash your hands a bunch. You want to change your clothes, and when you're going from your home flock to your quarantine flock, and you want to make sure your quarantine flock always comes last. You're not going from your quarantine flock to your home flock. Especially with turkeys, you don't want to mix them with chickens because they can get the blackhead from chickens, from the protozoas off the chickens. They have worms on the chickens that are harmless to the chickens, but once they get to your turkeys, they get into their liver, cause liver problems. They'll have yellow diarrhea, and then they'll get black spots on their head. There's no cure for that, so
yeah.
Good biosecurity is good for turkeys. Keep them alive.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And then go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it back over here. Okay, can you tell me why there's less of a poultry industry in the western states compared to the rest of the U.S.?
Yeah, so the reason for the poultry industry being so minuscule compared to the rest of the U.S. is because of the rapid temperature inclines and descents, I want to say. It gets really hot in the summer, really cold in the winter, and it's just not very sustainable for poultry farmers to be farming here and potentially lose a lot of birds when they could be farming out in the Midwest somewhere where they don't have those problems.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it out to me. Hi. Can you tell me why there's less of a poultry industry in the western states compared to the rest of the U.S.?
So my guess would be the avian flu. I've noticed around here, around the western states, we take the avian flu a little bit more seriously than back east. Because I know in the state of Idaho, if any of your birds test positive, you have to destroy your flock, torch your ground, and then the same has to do with your neighbors.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and walk your bird out to here. Awesome. Can you tell me why you think there is less of a poultry industry in the western states compared to the rest of the U.S.?
So up here we have a lot more winter climates, and it's a lot darker, and we need like a lot more sunlight for birds to be able to lay eggs. And I feel like we have a less industry here. I feel like we have more meat and more lamb and more cow products than we do turkey and chicken.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell me why you think there's less of a poultry industry in the western states compared to the rest of the U.S.?
Probably because there's a better habitat and more open land for lots of turkey farming in other states than just say in Idaho. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, can you all show me a right side pose? And then can you all show me a rear pose? Okay, thank you. Okay, round of applause. I got it right that time for all these kids. Yeah. You all get blues, hands. Oh, this one's for me. You all get blues, hands down. You are all so incredibly knowledgeable. Like, it is ridiculously hard to try and separate you guys just by asking you questions. So I'm really paying attention to everything you're doing and the way you present yourself. So excellent job to all of you. Do not think this was an easy decision by any means, but I'll be calling back 3 of you. You, and then you. And great job. Yeah, excellent job. Okay, thank you all. Okay, and then can you all show me a rear pose? Okay, and can you all show me a front pose? Awesome. Okay, go ahead and pick up your bird and I'll ask your question. Okay. I have to go to my secret tiebreaker questions.
Okay.
Can you tell me what state produces the most chicken in the U.S. by pounds?
I believe it is Texas.
Okay. And then can you tell me, I have to pick which one. Can you explain the difference to me between white meat and dark meat?
So white meat is basically the meat that's a little bit softer, so you'll generally find it like breasts are white meat, and then dark meat would be something that's tougher, like near the muscle or something, so the legs, or like upper leg, that's going to be dark meat. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Go ahead and bring your chicken over. Can you tell me what state in the U.S. produces the most chickens per pound?
Alabama.
Okay. Good guess. And then can you explain the difference between white meat and red meat?
So white meat and red meat?
Mm-hmm.
Red meat is typically found on cows, pork. Red meat is a lot of muscle. Of course, all meat is a muscle, but red meat is extremely muscular. White meat is more fatty,
and it's more difficult to raise red meat. Red meat is more muscular.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Gotta warn me, I've got my pencil in my hand. Okay, can you tell me what state produces the most chicken per pound?
Idaho.
Okay. And then can you tell me the difference between white meat and red meat?
White meat is the meat that's more like a fatty meat, right? And then white meat would be like your legs, where your legs and your thighs where the meat work the most, and your white meat would be your breast, where it's not really not really being used, but your dark meat's going to be the ones that you're going to be the more tender meat that's going to be moved.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and walk him out to here. All right. Can you tell me what state in the U.S. produces the most broilers by pound?
I would say Kentucky.
Kentucky? Okay.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
And then can you tell me the difference between white meat and red meat?
So white meat would be something like the breast or the legs, and it's a lighter color and usually probably cheaper. And then red meat would be something more like the ribs, kind of like on a larger animal, but that would be something more expensive.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and walk him out to here. All right, can you tell me what state in the U.S. produces the most poultry per pound? What?
Indiana.
Indiana, okay, good guess. And then what's the difference between white meat and red meat?
So white meat is mostly on birds and poultry. Most of the white meat's in the breast right here, and that's where most of the white meat comes from. But it's a little more. It's cheaper than red meat. But red meat's more in like cattle and pigs and some of the bigger four-legged animals and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Can you all show me a left pose? Okay, thank you.
Harder this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay, huge round of applause for these seniors. Like I said earlier, it's impossible to separate them knowledge-wise because they're all so smart. I judged this show last year and realized that I needed to prepare some tiebreaker questions that they hadn't had a chance to study for, so I threw some of those in just to see how they could improvise a question and just use it to showcase other knowledge that they've gathered. And they all did a really good job at that too, so it didn't even end up helping me all that much. But you guys are all really incredible showmen, so give yourselves another round of applause because you are all absolutely spectacular. And then for 5th place, I'm going to go to this gentleman here. Oh, what the heck? Excellent job. Yeah, great work. And then for 4th place, this young man with the white turkey. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Still kind of thinking in my head. 3rd place, gonna go right here.
Thank you.
Yeah, great work. Woo. And then 2nd place goes to this young lady. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
You sure did great.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, all of our senior showmen. All right, so go ahead and put your birds back. The Dave will stay around. We'll have you go for overall. So we're gonna do overall, junior.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That'll do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, I'm finding the hardest question possible. Okay, can you all show me a right pose? Okay, and can you all show me a rear pose? Okay. Okay, can you pick up your bird and carry it over here? Hi. Okay, if you were to look at your competitors' birds, how would you place them if you were a quality judge?
Well, I noticed that one bird is standing a little more still than the other, but I feel like one looks a tad bit more clean, but it's kind of hard to tell because I don't know much about turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that one is a little droopy, so I'd probably place the guy on the right in first, and then the guy on the left in second.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead and walk your turkey out to here. Awesome, thank you. If you were to look at your competitors' birds, would you tell me how you would place them if they were in a market class?
Well,
You can turn around if you need to be able to see.
one of the bad qualities about the turkey over there is that it does have a lot of nice feathers and it's not really dense.
Mhm.
But one of the fewer qualities of it, maybe because it was might be a little bit too small for it,
Mhm.
might not lightweight. And the other one over there, it's actually real. Some of the really good qualities about it is that it's standing still very well and not needing any assistance. And then some of the qualities that I would probably be praised about it is the feathers, they kind of look like they've been drooping a bit or something.
Okay, thank you. Okay, if you were to look at your competitors' birds, would you tell me how you would place them in a market class?
So I would place most of them pretty high because they have good health, they have clear eyes, they have clean skin, there's no external parasites, and you look at them, his feet are a little dirty, he has some, on the turkey he has some poop on the back, but quality-wise, they both look like good birds.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Third, second,
No,
first, or
so
just.
just
Okay, round of applause because we have the best of the best here. You all did amazing. I really appreciate your knowledge, incredible bird handling skills, especially I'm really impressed with how you can handle that turkey because he's almost as big as you are and he is really well behaved, and I can tell you worked with him a lot, so great job. You are way too smart for your age too, like that's another great quality. Yeah, you guys all did really phenomenal, but for grand overall, I'm going to give that to the senior. Excellent job. Yeah, you have so much knowledge and you're really good at carrying that confidently, handling your bird really well, and just like, I notice all the little things, like how if I ask you to look behind you to answer a question, you don't start talking until you're facing me again and re-engaged with me. So all of that just kind of bumps you higher and higher as a showman. So great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. With your bird? Good job, thank you. Can you show me a front pose with your bird? Okay, thank you. Can you show me a front pose?
Front pose for a chicken, which you would have the head facing up, the tail down, and then the head turning up.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me a front pose with your chicken?
What do you say?
Can you show me a front pose with your chicken? Yeah, good job. Thank you. Can you show me a front pose with your chicken? Thank you. All right, go ahead and pick up your bird and carry it over here. I feel like I just talked to you a little while ago. Okay, can you tell me a little bit about this breed of chicken?
This is a speckled Sussex. It should grow to be about standard size, and I really like it. It has a single cone, speckled brown body, white and green speckles.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and carry it over here. Can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
This is a blue Wheaton Americana Bantam, and its name is Conscious. And well, it has what we think is a pea-comb. We can't really identify it.
It looks closest to a pea comb to me. I think you're right. Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and carry it over here. Awesome. Can you tell me about this breed of bird?
So this is a French black cotton Moran. They originated in France. They originated in France. So there's a black cotton and a French black cotton Moran, which have a difference. So I'm able to tell the difference between a French black cotton Moran hen and a rooster. Tell the difference between them is that you can know if they're more bigger, have these big sickle feathers, and also that with the animal shade in their feathers.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your chicken and carry it over here? Awesome. You got him? Okay, can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
This breed of chickens is called a French black cotton Moran, which is originated in French.
Awesome. Do you like him?
Yep.
What's your favorite thing about him?
My favorite thing about it is because of it's a male, and he listens, and he kind of mean to me, but he kind of does the right things.
Yeah? Good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your chicken and carry it over here? All right, can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
So this is my black frizzled Cochin Bantam. His name is Gary. He is the black variety of his breed. There are two different other sizes of his breed. Since he is the Bantam, there are the Standard and the Giants, and they came from China.
Okay, thank you.
Terry, is there a lot of people that have signed up for?
Okay. And then I'll be taking 3 callbacks. This little lady. Yeah. Great job.
Thank you.
Very good.
Oh.
Okay.
Awesome job. Thank you. I totally skipped.
Final class.
Okay. Oh.
Final class of juniors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Can you all show me a front pose? Good job. Okay, and then can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
She's a silky. She is a feather-legged, and she has blue ears with an extra toe, and she's a bantam.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
It's a Polish chicken. They're known for their big crest up on their head. This one's name is Pixie.
Pixie.
She's a 5-month-old pullet. Something interesting about the Polish breed to me is that they actually came from Holland and not from Poland. So nobody knows really why they're called Polish. Most people think it's because the big fluffy feathers or big crest looks like the Polish soldier's hat. So that's why I call it Polish.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your chicken and bring it over here? Hello, how are you?
Good.
Good. Can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
She's a buffalo Pington. She lays brown eggs. She has a single comb. Yeah.
Yeah? If there was anything you could change about your chicken, what would you change?
Her back, she's missing some feathers there, so I want more feathers there.
But she's a hen, so yeah. Can you tell me what your favorite part of your chicken is?
I really like her eyes.
no. Okay, thank you. Okay, can you all show me a rear pose? A rear pose? Sorry. Okay, thank you.
Blues?
Yes.
And then 2 callbacks?
What is puberty?
I don't know.
After?
I'm just
after all this
I'm
is-
just doing what I'm told.
Do you want 2?
Yes. Okay, round of applause for these kids. You guys all get blues. You all did very well. And then I'll be taking 2 callbacks from this class, and that's going to be these 2 young ladies. Yeah, good job. Okay, and you did awesome. Just don't get so distracted, okay? Try and focus on the judge the whole time, because I can see when you're kind of looking around, and I know it gets boring standing here, but how old are you?
10.
10? So you've got like 8 more years to do that. So excellent job.
No.
Okay, good. Thank you. Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on your bird?
Check this vent.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on the bird?
Like an external parasite.
Yes.
So for research, they have these single feathers, so you can lift them up and sand the skin, or you also have on your butt, or under the wing, and the other places that can be performed on the check for parasites, for like lice and worms and others.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on your bird?
You can either look under their neck, or you can look under their tail feathers, or you can look on their feet or under their wing.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would perform a parasite check on your bird?
And I would start with the neck feathers, lifting the neck feathers and checking on the skin. to look for different lice and mites and different like missing feathers or anything dirty, like dirty base of the feather or like dirty feather shafts that could actually be eggs. I do need to check her crest because it seems like they would look there. You just have to look under each feather and try to get to the skin. You lift the wings, look underneath, checking the sides, checking for buildup or missing feathers like including mites. And then you would turn the bird around this way, and you're looking at the vent area and the skin around the vent and the vent. You check the vent area, and then as a last check, you would just check the legs for any raised leg scales. Could be a sign of scaly leg mites. She doesn't have any.
Okay, thank you. And then I'm going to have you pick up your bird and carry it over here, and I'll ask you a question. Okay, this is a very serious question. Do you like chickens or turkeys more?
Probably turkeys.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that was just a joke, but thank you. Okay, imagine you have a pen of, or a brooder with 10 3-day-old chicks in it that you just got, and they are huddled under the light. What would you do?
Probably turn up the heat of it because cuddling up indicates that they're too cold.
Okay, thank you. Good job. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Hi. Okay, can you tell me if you had a brooder with 10 3-day-old chicks in it and they were huddled under the light, what would you do?
I would adjust the light a little bit lower to make sure that they are warmer.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, can you tell me if you had a brooder with 10, you can readjust him. Go ahead. Good job. Okay, if you had a brooder with 10 3-day-old chicks in it and they were huddled under your brooder lamp, what would you do?
That will signal that they're cold because they're trying to use each other's body heat. So if they're in there, you want to make sure that the heat lights are running, that like electricity is running, so that and also may have like a more warmer environment. So like if you're having like in a garage that's like cold, no heater, it might be best to like put it like inside a home in an open space. Because if they do come cold, they can get some certain diseases that can make them sick and then possibly pass away. So you want to make sure that they're nice and warm and they're developing properly in their muscles and make sure that they're not being cold and more sustainable.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, can you tell me if you had a brooder with 10 new chicks in it that were like 3 days old and they were huddled under your brooder lamp, what would you do?
Either I would turn on the lamp if it wasn't on, or I would check on them and see if something's wrong, and or they are either cold if the lamp isn't on.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, if you had a brooder with 10 3-day-old chicks in it and they were huddled under your brooder lamp, what would you do?
I would, if they were all huddled in one spot under my brooder lamp, well, then I would know that all these chicks are feeling too cold. That's why they're trying to get all underneath instead of being evenly spaced everywhere. So then you would have to increase the heat source, which means, or increase the heat inside, which means you would lower the brooder head.
Okay, thank you. Can you all show me a rear pose? Okay. Okay, round of applause for these kids. I can't believe that this is a junior class because they answer questions as if they were in the highest level class possible. So you guys did really awesome for that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with 4th place. My 4th place is gonna go down here. Great job. There you go. And then my 3rd place is going to go right here. And then reserve champion to this young lady. Good job. And then you will be grand champion. Good job. And you did great. Yeah, just don't be afraid to speak up a little bit, okay? Good job.
All right, thank you guys. Go ahead, and then Oliver will have you come back for overall.
You changed. Is there another water bottle over here?
I can go get you one.
All show me a left side pose. I want to see your chicken's left side when I ask for a left side pose. Good job. And then can you show me a front pose? Okay. And then can you pick up your chicken and bring it over here? Can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
This is a smoky pearl. They're a relatively new breed, and they have a smoky texture, so that's what makes them look a little dirty and dusty. And no one really knows what they're a cross between, but they suspect it's a cross between a white leghorn and a black Sussex. They are a relatively calm breed, and they are a one-purpose breed only meant for laying.
Okay, awesome. Is she laying yet?
She has not started laying yet, however, her sister has.
Okay.
She has not laying, and we're suspecting she's going to start laying in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Can you tell me about this breed of bird?
Okay, so this is a lavender Orpington. Her name's Roxana. She has 4 toes, a single comb, and she's an American class.
Okay, awesome, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Hi. Can you tell me about this breed of bird?
This is a whiting true blue. It was bred by Dr. Tom Whiting in 1990s in Colorado. They were bred for feather fly tying for fly fishing. He also wanted them to have blue edge. They were bred from leghorns and Araucanas. Leghorns were moved to the standard of perfection in 1874 and Araucanas in 1976. These are not in the standard of perfection though. They also come in every single color. They're called whiting true blues because the edge is not only blue on the outside of the shell, it's also blue on the inside of the shell.
Cool. Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Can you tell me about this breed of chicken?
So I have today with me a Seabright. They were developed in the 1800s by Sir John Seabright, and he was looking for a good ornamental bird that wouldn't lay too many eggs and wouldn't be used for meat. So after over 20 years of combining different breeds of Nankin, Polish, and breeds native to Bedford, Worcestershire, he finally got the breed he wanted. He got first the golden Seabright, then the silver and rose-comb clean-legged. After a while, time skipped, we have 1872, they were added to the APA. They are called a true bantam. They are one of the oldest British bantams around today. They lay 40 to 80 white eggs per year, and they have a rose comb.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you can pick up your bird again, bring it over here. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. You go and are going to add to your layer flock. So you want to buy 20 new layer hens. Can you explain to me what you look for when you're picking out those hens, and then also how you're going to introduce them into your flock?
Make sure they're you are going to want to make sure they're active before taking them. Make sure they're clean. Make sure they're not like injured or can't walk or have a defect that could cause eventual death or discomfort, and make sure that they are not too heavily picked on so they're not overly suppressed by the flock and it just becomes a bully themselves. And to put them in the flock, you're going to want to make sure to quarantine them for 3 weeks before entering them and keep them clean, checking them all of them, 20 of them, for parasites. And make sure every time you go from one flock to the separated quarantined, switch boots, gloves, and clothing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. So imagine you're going to pick out 20 new egg layers to add to your flock. Can you tell me what you're going to look for when you select those birds, and then also how you introduce them into your flock?
So I'm gonna look for like a certain breed that's good for ailing. Like a Cochin would not be good for that. So a Rhode Island Red or a Speckled Sussex or Orpington would be really good for that. And when you introduce them in your flock, you want to quarantine for 3 weeks, check for diseases and symptoms. Then you quarantine them for 3 weeks, then you check for symptoms again. Also, you can wash your hands and you can change your boots.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. So you want to add 20 new egg layers to your laying flock. So tell me what you're going to be looking at when you select those birds and then how you introduce them into your flock.
You will, if you want egg layers, you want usually not do a put speed. You probably want ones just for laying, like leghorns. And before you introduce them to your new flock, you want to quarantine them for 3 weeks, check for diseases and mice and mites. And you should always visit your home flock first. If you have to go back to your home flock after you visit your new flock, you should always change your outerwear, change your footwear, and wash your hands thoroughly with soap.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. So imagine you want to add 20 new layers to your laying flock. Tell me how you would select those birds and introduce them into your flock.
So I would do a bit of research first to find some new layers. It depends on how many eggs I would want with the birds I already had. If I was looking for the best egg production, I would go with a white leghorn. And if I was looking for, any type of layer, I'd do some research to find out the best kinds and the different kinds of eggs I want. So then I would go to the store and see if I can find the chicks there. And if not, I would go to a trusted web source and buy my chicks from there. When I get them, I will quarantine them and raise them to the best of my ability. And I will give them the supplements and I'll give them the medicated chick feed to help prevent them from getting coccidiosis. I will first deal with my already existing flock. Then I will deal with the little chicks that I do not carry any possible diseases, and I will essentially care for them until they get old enough to be introduced to their new flock.
Okay, thank you.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, round of applause for these kids. Excellent job again. Woo. Again, you all easily earn blue ribbons. I'm going to be calling back 3 of you to go into the final round. So that's going to be you, and then this young man, and you.
Thank you.
Yes. And great job. Okay, you guys can go. Can you all show me a right side pose? And then can you all show me a rear pose? Okay, and then can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, can you tell me, I'm going to give you a scenario. So say you're going to buy, you want to add 20 new egg layers to your flock. Tell me how you would select those birds and then how you would incorporate them into your flock.
First, I want to select the best breeds for egg production, so I do a bit of research first. And then, so some good breeds would be the Buff Orpington and the White Leghorn because those are good egg layers. And then after I'd selected my birds, I'd find a good breeder to take them from, and then I'd slowly integrate them into the flock, maybe by putting a cage inside the run, so that way they could kind of get used to each other and get integrated.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Hi. Can you tell me if you're going to add 20 new egg layers to your flock, how you would select those birds and then how you would introduce them to your flock?
Yeah, so with my birds, what I look for on the Japanese, because the most important things on the Japanese are definitely their tail set and how long their tail feathers are and how large they are, and then also their really short legs because they do carry a creeper gene and they are required to have the very, very short legs. Like an example, they're very, very small. So those are definitely the two main things I'm looking for. Also a broader chest on mine because a lot of my hens don't really have the full broad chest that the Japanese are supposed to have. So those are the three main things I look for, and then I usually like to start introducing them just slowly. So I'll usually put like 2 wire cages. Like I keep mine in a coop, so it has like, you know, wire fencing on it. So I like to put them in a wire cage next to it so they can see each other but they can't fight, and then just slowly introduce them together in a larger space so there is less likely to be fights with them and less likely to have problems.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, if you were to add 20 new egg layers to a laying flock, can you tell me how you would select those birds and how you would introduce them to your flock?
Yeah. First, I would pick out the best looking hens or the healthier ones, the ones that have a better body width for better egg production and the safety of the vital organs and everything. Then I would make sure they're fully healthy, check for any parasites, discharge, or any signs of disease or infection. Then the ones that I brought home, I would put them in a different area separate from my original flock. I would quarantine them for about 3 weeks and keep an eye out for any discharge from the eyes, nose, or any diseases around the body, infections, and make sure that they're fully healthy. Deworm them if there's any signs of worms, and make sure that they're fully healthy before I introduce them to my new flock. I would take care of them last, or like after I take care of my original flock so I don't spread disease if they do have something. And I would change all my clothes and wash my hands before I go back to my other flock.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. So imagine you're adding 20 new egg layers to a laying production flock. What are you going to look for when you select those birds, and how do you introduce them to your flock?
Could you please repeat the front part?
Yeah.
I can't rooster.
Okay, no roosters.
Okay.
So you want to add 20 new hens to a laying flock. How do you pick out those hens, and how do you incorporate them into your flock?
So I would pick the breed that has the best laying capacity, and when we're looking for that, we're going to be looking for a bird that, depending on whether or not you have room for free ranging, either a bird that has really good free ranging ability or a bird that doesn't. So that's something that you'll want to keep in mind when picking out your birds, as well as checking the combs if you're buying pullets or already laying hens, checking the combs and wattles and to see how red they are, because that is a sign of them laying eggs. So those are the main things that I would check, as well as if they're already laying, I would check the width between the pubic bones to see, their laying capacity, and if they are laying, not just if they're told that they're supposed to lay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Hi. Okay, so I'm going to give you a scenario. Whoops. Imagine you're adding 20 new egg layers to your laying flock. Tell me how you would pick out those new birds and how you would introduce them to your flock.
So first you would have to check all of them for any parasites or diseases, and if any of them did, you would have to quarantine them for around 3 weeks until you make sure that the parasites or diseases are then taken care of, and then you will slowly introduce them into your flock. And if you are going from your diseased pets to your natural home flock, you have to go back and change your clothes so it can prevent diseases from the rest of your flock. And then you will make sure that you slowly introduce them to new feed if they have been on previous feed.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Hi. Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. So imagine you want to add 20 new laying hens to your laying flock. How would you select those new hens and how would you introduce them to your flock?
The first thing I'd recommend doing is doing your research on some good laying breeds, depending on what you want in your breed. A really good, fast-producing laying hen would be a white leghorn. How I'd introduce them into my flock: if you're getting chicks, you first want to keep them in a sheltered, warm area that they have access to heat, food, and water at all times. If you're getting grown chickens, I would suggest introducing them at night when the rest of your flock is roosting. And first parasite checking them, making sure they're not sick, watching for symptoms, checking for like bumblefoot, mites or lice. And then I'd introduce them at night when the rest of your flock is roosting, so that when they wake up, they don't realize that they're new. I'd also give them, if they're small, I'd give them a sheltered place that the rest of the flock can't get to and they can escape to avoid pecking or damage to your new hens.
Okay, thank you. Can you all show me the rear pose? Okay, and can you all show me how you would hold your bird? Okay, and then a front pose, please. Okay. Round of applause, again, all blue ribbons. Great work. Yeah. Okay, you guys are a super competitive group of young ladies. Makes my decision really, really hard, so I'm really trying to look at everything, but if you don't get a call back, don't think that you weren't an incredible competitor, because I'm sitting here in the corner racking my brains on how to try and separate you guys. So you all did really incredible. Definitely remember that, and just keep doing what you're doing as you move up to the senior class. But we're gonna have 3 callbacks, so that's gonna go here, and then here, and here. Yeah. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
Great work.
Okay, all right. Well, if you got a finalist, go ahead and stay put. So, your ribbon back
Good thing is neighbor.
All right, this is your class.
Okay, thank you. Okay, can you all show me a right pose? Okay. And then can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, how's it going? Good. Okay, so can you tell me about, like, imagine you're a piece of chicken food. Tell me the journey you're going to take when a chicken eats you.
So it will eat it, it will go down the esophagus and into the top. The top is where they store and moisten the food. They can store it for 24 days. Then it will go down until the gizzards, also called the ventriculars. And that has watched that'll help grind down the food and help absorb the food. And then it will go into the proventriculus, also called the true stomach. Then it will go down the intestines and out the root.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, imagine you're a piece of chicken food and your chicken eats you. Tell me the journey you're going to take.
First, I'm going to go down the esophagus past the tongue, and then I'm going to stay in the crop for a while other pieces of food is slowly going down through the esophagus more. And then eventually I will drop down and I'll go through it. And then eventually I'll arrive at the ventriculus or the gizzard, which other pieces of dirt and rock and grit will grind me up into smaller pieces. And then I will pass on to the proventriculus, which is the true stomach. And I will go to the intestines, and somewhere around there my nutrients will go from different places to power the chicken, some to the ovary where the egg sacs are. They will eventually become the chicken eggs. And then I will eventually reach the end.
Okay, and what's the end?
That is the uterus.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your chicken and bring it over here? Okay, imagine you are a piece of chicken food and your
Okay.
chicken eats you.
Okay.
Tell me the journey you take.
So usually you'll go straight down the throat. Obviously they'll kind of chew you up a little bit with their beak. You'll go in the throat, into their esophagus. Then usually it goes into the crop or all the way through the crop, depending on what piece of food I would be. Then it goes through the gizzards, then the large intestines and small intestines, and then out the vent.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, imagine you are a piece of chicken food and your chicken eats you. Tell me the journey you're going to take.
So first you'll be swallowed, and then you're gonna go into the crop, and the crop holds the food until, chickens are a prey animal. They have to be able to eat a lot of food so that they can eat and then run if they need to. So they'll eat, and then in the crop is where you'll be stored until you get released into the rest of the digestive tract. Then you'll go to the gizzard, and then you'll be ground up, and then to the esophagus, where you will be, get the nutrients taken out of you, and then you will exit the chicken.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, imagine you are a piece of chicken food and your chicken eats you. Tell me the journey you're going to take.
So first, of course, I'm going to go down the throat or the esophagus, and if there's already stuff going, if there are already my little friends in the gizzard, then I'm going to be waiting in the crop or the storage system, kind of in their throat a bit. Then I'm going to go down to the gizzard, get digested by salicylic acid, and come out as feces through the vent.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, imagine you are a piece of chicken food and your chicken eats you. Okay. Tell me the journey you're going to take.
So you'll first get the meat down the esophagus, and it will first hold in the crop, which is located right at the base of the neck. It is located above the body cavity, and basically what it does is it holds all that food and it lets it sit and it softens. And then that food is slowly released into the gizzard, which the gizzard is a muscle that collects all the gravel and sand that a bird eats. And as that muscle contracts, it grinds the food, which is then released into the small and large intestine, which then exits the cloaca, also known as the vent.
Okay, thank you. Okay, can you please present to me your chicken's head and explain all the parts of the head?
This is the tongue. It is used to help cool down the chicken on the male. It's larger. It also tells if the hens are laying. It will be bigger and wider if they are laying. The waddles, which are also bigger on males, help cool them down. These are the earlobes. This too. And they are bigger on males. And then under these two tufts are ears. And then here's one on.
Okay, thank you. Can you present your chicken's head and show me all the parts of it?
So this is the beak. The beak is used for, this is basically the chicken's hand. Without it, it could not basically survive very well. It's meant for eating. It's meant for dominance and control. Others used it to try and show others that he's the leader. It is mostly used for food because a chicken usually eats most of the day. And it's used to preen them, of course, to make sure their feathers stay straight and clean. And then these are the wattles and comb. The wattles and comb are meant for three things. They're meant for the sex identification to see sex differentiation to see if they are a boy or girl. Identification to tell which chicken's which, and for more regulation to tell the heat levels and helps it regulate its heat levels. And then the earlobes are usually, I don't know the exact purpose of the earlobes, but I know that it usually shows the color of what color eggs they lay. If it's red, they usually lay brown eggs. If it's white, they usually lay like white or light blue eggs. And then the ear is hidden behind this hair right here. It's used for hearing. That's why when you talk to a chicken too close, they shake their head because it's too loud for them. And then the nose, of course, is for breathing. And then the eyes. Eyes have three lenses. The upper, the lower, and I forgot this one was called, but it's meant to help protect against dust and grime and scratching.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Okay, thank you. Can you present your chicken's head and explain the different parts?
Yeah. So when I check the head of my bird, you're gonna pretty much just look over the entire head. So I'll start with the earlobes. You just want to make sure that there's no like ear infection inside of their ears, and that everything is intact in the correct color as well. Usually the color of the chicken's earlobe is the same color eggs they lay. Then you're also going to check the eye, make sure that their eyes are the correct color, they're not blind or there's no missing eyes. I have seen both those things on some of my birds before. Then you want to check the beak as well. You want to make sure that it's not misaligned and also the correct color as well. His is yellow, so his is the correct color. Then you want to examine the wattles as well, which are these two things down here. You want to just check for any like parasites or any like scabs on them, frostbite as well. Then you want to check the comb as well. So Japanese have a single comb. The ideal amount of like points on a single comb are 5. He does have a few more. It's not a big deal. It's only a fault for the Japanese anyway. I'm going to check the same thing on the other side of my bird. So examine the earlobes and the eyes, checking on the earlobes, same thing, make sure there's no ear infection or discharge. And then the eyes, making sure that they're the correct color, not missing or blind. Then the nostrils as well, you want to check for any discharge coming out of those as well, because that can be a sign that your chicken is sick or has some type of a virus. And that's all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you present your chicken's head and explain the different parts?
Yeah. So we're going to start with the beak. On the beak, we're making sure that it's not misaligned and it's the proper color for the breed. Hers is the proper color for her breed. They're not recognized by the APA, but this is for all of their breed. They all have this color, so that's how I know it's the standard. Next, we're going to check the comb. We're checking for the type of comb. She has a single comb, which is right for her breed. We're also going to check the nostrils. We're checking to make sure that no discharge is coming out of them, because that could be a sign of sickness or a virus in your bird. We're going to check the eyes. We're checking for broken, blind, or missing eyes, and also for the proper color for your breed. We're also going to check the earlobes. We're checking that the color is right for their breed. This breed lays blue-green eggs, and her earlobes are surprisingly actually light pink, and that is actually right for their breed, even though they lay the blue-green eggs, which is really interesting to me. And then we would also be checking her wattles for like any broken or missing pieces, but since she's so young still, she doesn't have those big wattles yet to check, but she does have the start of wattles, and they will grow in hopefully.
Thank you. Can you present your chicken's head and tell me about all the parts?
Yes. So first, I'm going to kind of start off with their ears. So when you're checking the earlobes, he's not a laying hen, so I don't know what color egg. Well, I know that their breed lays white eggs, but since he's not going to lay any eggs, he does not have white earlobes. And so when you're checking the earlobes, you're going to make sure they have muffs over them, so that could be a sign. You're also going to do a small parasite check around there because it's a warm area, so it's where parasites would like to hide. And so you're just going to kind of check around there, make sure there's no infection or if there's any pus. Next, you're going to check your chicken's eyes. They have 3 eyelids, the upper, lower, and nictitating membrane. And so you just want to make sure that their eyes are the right color and that they have, there's no scratches, or my chickens doesn't sleep. So you're going to make sure there's no scratches on your eyelid, they have the right color eyelid, and that there is no, essentially, difficulty of them seeing. You're also going to check their wattles. You want to make sure that it does help with thermoregulation and sex differentiation. Can't pronounce it. So you're going to make sure that their wattles do not have any scratches, bruises, because that could get infected. And that could cause major problems in your poultry. So we're going to check the beak. My rooster did break his beak a couple days ago, but it will grow back and he can still eat and drink. So it's not a major, he can still live. So you're going to check the beak to make sure that, sorry about that. You're going to make sure he has the right color beak, and you're going to make sure that their beak is, not very broken so that they can still drink and eat. And you're also going to check their nostrils to make sure there is no discharge coming out. If you did have discharge, that could be a sign that they might be overheating. And then you're gonna check your comb. My chicken's breed is supposed to be a rose comb, so you want to make sure that they do have a rose comb. And if not, your breed would not be proper for their APA standard.
Okay, thank you. Can you present your chicken's head and tell me the different parts?
So my hen, she is a bearded buff-faced Polish. Her breed is naturally crested, so the first part of the head is part of the crest. She also has a beard. Under her crest, she does have a V-comb, and this can be used for sex identification, regulation, and just identification of different, like if you have multiple the same breed. Her breed's eyes are naturally orange-yellow, and you got to make sure, because that is a warm, moist place, you want to make sure there's no lice or mites crawling around their eyelids. There's her beak. Her beak breaks into two parts, the upper mandible, which is on top, and the lower mandible, which is on the bottom. This leads to the nostrils. The nostrils, you just want to make sure there's no discharge. You want to make sure they're clear, there's nothing jammed up in there, and they're not bleeding. It's very hard to see, but she does have small wattles under her beard. And behind the beard are her ears and earlobes. Her breed lays white small eggs, so she has white earlobes. And you also want to check here for parasites, just in case there's eggs or louse eggs, nits, lice, mites, since that is a warm, moist place.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Another round of applause for these competitors. You guys all did really awesome, and also I will be here after the show a little bit if you guys have any questions too, because I could go on and on about what I'm looking at, what you guys are doing really well. So yeah, I don't want to keep everyone and bore them all on that, but I'll start with our fourth place competitor. That's going to be this young lady. Good job. And then for third place, we have this young lady here.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. And then reserve champion is going to go here. Yeah. And then for grand champion, just excellent showman overall. You did great. Yeah, thank you. Good job, all of you. Good job, boys.
I think the yellow one is...
Oh.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
What I said was right.
Yes.
Colors maybe not.
All right. Congratulations.
Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, McKinley, we're going to have you come back for overall, okay? Perfect. All right, thank you guys. Go ahead and put your birds back for now.
Yeah, you're
I would
welcome.
love to talk after the show.
Okay, can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? All right, and can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
To prepare my bird, I worked with her since Christmas in preparation for this. I also lifted her and I practiced exercises showing her breastbone and keel bone, and I practiced by cleaning off her feet as well, so I can lift her up more easily.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
Yes, so this bird was, originally I was planning to take a different chicken, but my laying hens got scaly leg mites. To prevent this bird from getting scaly leg mites, we had her separated. We covered her legs with Vaseline, and that was just one of the pre-fair things we did. We washed her up. We used mane and tail shampoo, and we covered her in that and washed her up. We put Vaseline on her comb and wattles. Another thing that I did to prepare for this show, just for me personally, was a lot of trivia studying, knowledge-based, and anatomy study.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Hi. Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
About 2 days before the show, I gave her a bath because I wanted to give her enough time to like re-oil herself with her cream gland. When I gave her a bath, I made sure to wash out like all of the dirt and debris under her feathers and her undercolor. Her feet were really dirty because like walking around in the coop and everything. I checked her for like all parasites and everything, like leg mites and all that. And then today I wiped down her legs with baby wipes, and her comb I wiped that with some baby oil, and as well as the little wattles that she has.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
So to prepare my bird for the fair this year, at least. So what I did, basically, you want to give them a bath before the fair, at least for quality, so they look good. So what you want to do when you give them a bath is you want to set up 3 buckets. You want to set up one with room temperature water, and then you want to set up all 3 actually have room temperature water in them. But the one in the middle, you want to put soap in, 1 squirt. It's plenty because soap can be bad for them, especially if they ingest or anything. You don't want that. So yeah, basically you set up 3 buckets, and then what you do is in the first bucket, you want to just rinse them off and then just get them clean of any big stuff. So any like dirt clumps that may be stuck to them, or just big things of poop that may be stuck to them, you want to get that off first. And then put them in the soap, and then just clean them a little bit more thoroughly. So stuff that may be stuck to their butt or anything like that, you want to scrub off. And then in the 3rd bucket, just rinse all the soap off of them. So, and then after that, after they're all done bathing, you want to clean off their feet a little bit, potentially with like a wipey or a Q-tip or something. And then at least for my chicken, as you can see, has a beard instead of wattles. So I'd want to also clean my chicken's beard. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Okay, can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
So first, I mean, I've had her for a pretty long time. So when she was younger, when I was preparing her for the show when I was younger, I would feed her starter feed until she was about 5 or 6 months, and then I moved her to layer feed, and that brought her to a good weight for show. And this year specifically, I just bathed her, make sure all her feet were cleaned her feet with a toothbrush and stuff, comb and wattles, made sure everything was clean, there wasn't any food stuck in the beak. And these are mainly things I did before the quality judging and today before the showmanship. Made sure her comb and wattles were all clean and everything, her earlobes didn't have anything on them. And then I made sure the feathers were all smooth and evened out as much as they could for the bird. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here?
Hi.
Can you tell me what you did to prepare your bird for the show?
Yes. Right before show, I cleaned him twice. I scrubbed his feet with a toothbrush and soaked him in soap water and then clear water first. And each day I fed him layered pellet feed, Purina, 18% protein, at 6 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night.
Okay, thank you. Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Hi. Can you tell me how you prepared your bird for this show?
Okay, so we had practices throughout the months of June and July, practicing with our club, practicing with the bird. And then I would practice with her at home. We would practice, my mom would quiz us on showmanship questions, and we would practice showing the parts of the bird with her and my brother. She would quiz us, and we would have them stand still. For the show specifically, on Sunday, we washed the birds. We did that. We had a first bucket, soapy water, we scrubbed in there, and then we had 2 rinse buckets with which we finished cleaning the bird. And then we would we dried them off with a hair dryer and kept them in a separate cage from the other birds, a nice clean one with wood shavings so they wouldn't get dirty. Here today at the fair, I used wipes to clean up her head area a little bit and her feet, and then I rubbed her feet and comb and beak with petroleum jelly to make them more shiny and presentable.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Did you ever tell the girls that, Jen? He's like, no, I have never told
Okay, can you show me how you would measure depth of body on your bird?
So for this bird specifically, I believe it's this one right here. I use this method as I was taught. So if I could get into the wing here, the way you would measure it is you get under the wing right here, under the wing to measure like the thickest point in the bird's body, which would be about right here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you show me how you would measure depth of body on your bird?
So for this bird, I would go ahead and take my hand from the top of her back to the front of her keel bone, measuring how deep that is, and that's the width.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would measure depth of body on this bird?
To take depth of body of your chicken, you do width this way, but if you need depth, I would do it. And that shows you if they have enough storage for their eggs.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me depth of body on your bird?
So depth of body, you would basically put your bird either on its side or you can flip it upright, but I'll just do it on its side. So what you want to do is find its keel bone down here, and then just find all the way to the top of the bird, and hold your fingers there, and then this is how wide its depth, this is what its depth of body is. So from your pointer finger to my thumb, that's what its depth of body is.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me depth of body on your bird?
So first you'd flip it on its side, similar to what he said, and once she cooperates, you find the keel bone, find the tip of the keel bone. So the tip of the keel bone would be right here, and then you would find the 2 pubic bones, and you just measure the distance in between them. So for her it would be 3 fingers, and that shows you that an egg can pass through there.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would measure depth of body on your bird? Okay, thank you. Can you show me how you would measure depth of body on your bird?
Sure. So depth of body shows the ability of the bird to hold a growing egg. So you would find the keel bone and the 2 pubic bones, and you would measure how many fingers between the keel bone and the 2 pubic bones, which on my bird is about 3 fingers. And then between the 2 pubic bones, which are the 2 bones that are kind of bendy and allow the egg to pass, you measure in on laying hens. It's again about 3 fingers.
Okay, thank you. Okay, can you pick up your chicken and bring it over here? Okay, can you tell me what state in the U.S. produces the most eggs?
Most eggs. That one is Nevada.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Can you tell me what state in the U.S. produces the most eggs?
Yes, that would be Kentucky.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird. Can you tell me which state in the U.S. produces the most eggs?
I believe it's Iowa.
Okay, great job. Thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird. Bring it over here. Can you tell me which state in the U.S. produces the most eggs?
Produces the most eggs. So let's see. I believe the state which produces the most eggs is Ohio. So
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Can you tell me which state in the U.S. produces the most eggs?
California.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and bring your chicken over here. Okay, can you tell me what the state in the U.S. that produces the most eggs is?
Pennsylvania.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Can you tell me what state produces the most eggs in the U.S.? Okay, thank you. Can you show me a right side pose? Then can you show me a front pose? Okay, can you bring your bird out one more time? Okay, can you tell me what a capon is?
A capon?
Yes.
I do not know that one.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and bring your chicken over here. Can you tell me how many capons are born in the U.S. each year?
Yes, 3.5 million.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird. Can you tell me how many capons are born in the U.S. each year?
I don't exactly know that, but I do know a capon is a castrated male bird.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Can you tell me how many capons are born in the U.S. each year?
So capons born in the U.S., I'd have to say somewhere around 500,000. I'd have to say somewhere around 500,000.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Go ahead and pick up your bird and bring it over here. Can you tell me how many capons are born in the U.S. every year?
Well, they're not actually born as capons because they have to be castrated once they're already born, but after after they are castrated, about 10 million each year.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Can you tell me how many capons are born in the U.S. each year?
50,000?
Good guess. Thank you. Can you pick up your bird, bring it over here? Can you tell me how many capons are born in the U.S. each year?
Capons aren't typically born because they are castrated after birth.
Okay, thank you.
After this class, it's my turn.
Thank you. Huge round of applause. I knew the seniors would be the hardest, and I was right, but they all received blue ribbons. Yeah. There you go. I had to pull out a lot of trick questions to try and get at least one of them to stumble so I could have some sort of separation. You guys all did really amazing answering all those questions and really thinking outside of the box a little bit. For fourth place, I am going to, okay, I have to get the colors right this time. For fourth place, we're going to have this young lady here. Yeah, great job. And then for third place, we have this young man.
Thank you.
Yeah, great work.
Thank you.
And then our reserve champion senior goes to this young lady. Thank you. Yeah, great job. And then for our grand champion senior, we have this young man here. Great job. Yeah, you guys all did really awesome. And think about my trick question a little bit, because only 2 of you actually got it right. Okay, thank you.
You can put your ribbons in your back pocket. We're gonna do overall.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's okay.
Yeah.
You did great.
No, don't shove them in there. He wasn't going in the pocket. Let's just say that. Let's just say he wasn't going in there.
And then can you show me a rear pose? Okay, thank you. Will you demonstrate how to measure pubic width on your bird?
Yes. Just flip them up like this and take your fingers and find the 2 points, which are the pubic bones, and measure how many fingers you can fit in between each one. And she's about, I'd say, 1.5 human fingers wide.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how to measure pubic width on your bird?
Pubic width is used. Pubic width is used for like flexibility when laying eggs. I can measure at. You can use your fingers and around your butt. We had to find two bones, and my brisket would be about 1.
Okay, thank you. Can you show me how to measure pubic width on your bird?
So just like depth of body, you get her on her side. You find the 2 pubic bones, which are near the legs, and then you put your fingers between them, measure how far in between each one they are, and then that would show you how far or how much it makes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, can you pick up your bird and bring it over here? Okay, tell me what your favorite part about raising poultry is.
Part about raising poultry is just like how many interesting things you can learn. Because I've had my show chickens hatch eggs on our farm before, and we've incubated them and raised them. I've had really interesting chicken experience with just how they act and what their personality is, and just learning about all the different like diseases and parasites and all the different things that you can do with birds.
Okay, thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell me what your favorite part about raising poultry is?
Can you say that again?
What's your favorite part about raising poultry?
Raising poultry. One of my favorite parts of raising poultry is the shows and where they can be in competition, see how good they are. Also, training them, make sure and bonding with them, getting to know your chicken. Like my rooster, he was actually one of the mean ones at times. He would chase me around, and after taming him, now he's a rooster like this. So that's one of my favorite things, to bond with them and to teach them that it's okay and it's not, and it's okay that they're being loved by someone.
Okay, thank you. First of all, kudos for getting that question right.
Thank you.
I had to trip everyone up somehow, so yeah, you caught it.
Thank you.
What is your favorite part about raising poultry?
My favorite part about raising poultry is probably got to be the eggs. Eggs are like my favorite food in the world, and I eat eggs with like everything. So I always wanted to get chicken so that we can just have eggs whenever we wanted to. I know it's kind of strange, but that was the reason I wanted to do it. So.
Okay, it's a great reason. Thank you.
Of course.
Can you all show me a right side pose? Okay, thank you.
Alright, you have your overall?
Yeah. And I just say it, right?
Yes.
It's just words.
Just words.
Okay. These guys are awesome. Huge round of applause. You all are here for a reason, and that's really obvious when I'm asking you questions. Even if I'm just asking, what's your favorite part about raising chickens? You guys give really clear, professional, thought out answers. And that's probably not one that you're sitting there studying and memorizing. So you guys are all really great. Amazing bird handling ability, huge attention to detail. Super impressed by all three of you. I am going to give overall grand to the senior today. Excellent job. Yeah, you guys are all phenomenal. So great job. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good job. Guys, here, what are your names?
Lola.
Lola, nice to meet you, Lola.
And Ryder.
Ryder, nice to meet you, Ryder. Okay, can you face your chickens toward me in a front pose? Good job. Awesome. And then, can you show me your chicken's toes? Okay, good job.
Like goodbye.
Okay, and then can you tell me what your favorite part of your chicken is? You don't know? You like that it's really fluffy? That's probably my favorite part. What's your favorite part of your chicken?
Phantom is my favorite breed.
Okay. You didn't even let me finish my sentence. What's your favorite part of him?
Probably his neck.
His neck? It's really pretty.
Because it looks like caramel.
Oh yeah, it's true. It does. Do you guys like chickens?
Yes.
Are you going to show when you're older? Nice. So you're just getting a one-up right now and practicing? Can you tell me why his earlobe is blue? Do you know? It's okay if you don't. Can you show me its earlobe? I just want to see the really pretty color on that. Yeah, awesome. Good job. And can you show me your chicken's beak? Nice. Okay. Good job, you guys.
Alright, so they each get one of those.
Oh.
And then the first place gets a banner.
Okay. Okay, guys, I have some prizes for you because you both did really good answering your questions. You're welcome. And
Thank you.
I want you to know, none of the other showers in any single class got to take these. So you guys get treats too. So that's pretty cool. Good job.
Good job, guys.
And then grand champion, we're gonna have right here. Good job. And you are reserve champion, but they didn't have a banner for it. Good job.
Good job. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.